What do you think of Stafford's contract? What do you think of it?
It was, the game of quarterback contracts is very, very simple. It's a game of hopscotch. And I talked to Derek Carr about 3 weeks ago in Napa at Raiders camp, and he basically shrugged his shoulders and he said, Matthew Stafford's going to pass this any day. It's really not a big deal. It's the same thing that Joe Flacco said 2 years ago. It's the same. All these guys know it. Somebody sets the boundaries, and somebody else jumps over the boundary. And it'll be the same thing with Kirk Cousins if he ever gets a long-term deal. And everybody will say, "Oh my God, you can't pay Kirk Cousins $27 million a year." You can't think of it in terms of the monopoly money that they're throwing around, because very simply, if the salary cap goes up every single year 7 or 8 or 9%, which it does, if it's going to do that, then the money is $20 million 2 years ago should be $24 million today. It just should be, because in today's dollars, that's what it's worth. You're paying a quarterback the same percentage of the salary cap that you probably paid him 15 years ago. It's no different.
Well, do you think we'll see a point in time, Peter, where a team like the Lions with a quarterback with the numbers like Stafford has racked up in terms of yards and also career playoff wins at age 29 would rather, do you think we would see a team that they would rather trade that guy away, let him walk and start over again, and that is the way that they will conduct business in the NFL and come up with some sort of formula
if
to
they
win?
do, I'll laugh at them. I mean, that's a stupid way to do business. Would you rather not pay somebody who's the most important person in your franchise, including the owner, the general manager, and the coach? He's the most important person in your franchise, your starting quarterback. And you would rather say, oh, we'll go with Colt McCoy then, or whatever your backup du jour is. That's a silly way to do business. If somebody does that, they're going to go 5-11.
Or they could come up with some sort of Moneyball formula where they could figure out other players on the team and the quarterback becomes somewhat of a fungible part, and then you pay everybody else to try and win football games and you don't get stuck in a situation.
The problem with that logic is that if you are a starting quarterback on a team that wins 12 games, you're not going to pay the starting quarterback $13 million a year or $11 million. That's faulty logic. No agent for a quarterback like that. The only quarterback in this era who consistently takes less than what he would be worth on the open market and doesn't mind doing so is Tom Brady. He's done it since 2004 when he said to the Patriots, look, you just pay me a respectable number, and if you guarantee me that you're going to spend to the salary cap, I'm fine with that, because Brady knew that he would rather have good players surrounding him, because he always knew that he could make a huge amount of money off the field very easily. And that, to me, is a smart way to do it. But I don't think any quarterback would say, for instance, if he was a, quote, complimentary piece, end quote, he wouldn't just say, oh, okay, well, you can pay me 40% of what the going rate is for a great quarterback when we win 12 games. That's not the way quarterbacks are going to work.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app. Don't have any memory on your phone? Let's start to delete some of those slow-mo videos you have. And you know which ones I'm talking about.